Okay, let's talk about paint. Again, when I get to your house, we're going to really look at your walls and see where they are on the scale of awesome versus it's time, or we got one more tenant, or 3 years, or whatever the case. We will assess the condition of your walls. But when it comes to paint, we have a few questions that people always ask. One, it's about touching up. On your way out, I've seen it where we've had even owners do this, where right before they get in the moving truck and leave, they go through and touch up with the old paint in the garage, and it literally looks like a leopard house. There's spots everywhere. Instead of where there's a hole, it says, "Hello, I used to be a hole." What's happened there is the paint that's in the garage has lost its chemical makeup, if you will. I don't know how to say it, but it's changed. And the walls, they actually fade over time. So when you put those two together, it's going to be a recipe for not matching. The best way to tell before you do your touch-ups, if you're watching this and you do this before I come visit with you, or even if I never come visit with you, is try like a guest bedroom behind a door. You know, when you open the door, try that spot. Just go put a little there. You know, go watch a TV show or something. Come back after it's dried. If it looks like it's supposed to look, cool. If it doesn't, there's your answer. That's kind of how we approach touching up. The other thing is, if you go out to the garage and you open the can and it makes your eyes cross and your nose water and it's like stinks, and it's no good. If it's hard as a rock, it's no good. You got your answer. And this leads me into one of the things in our lease is actually we ask the tenants not to touch up. Don't do it. And the reason is because just like you, their heart's in the right place, and they're going to go out there in the garage and they're going to get that paint can and they're going to go whacking on it, and it's going to look terrible. And now I'm in a position where we have to paint the whole dang house because they just did the right thing and tried to do a touch-up job, even though their heart was in the right place. The result is something that causes you, the owner, pain. And then everybody's, got heartburn about who's going to pay for it. So if you can understand that, that's why we ask tenants not to do it. Keep in mind, now if a tenant does something like, hangs TVs or in every room, or the kids, a baseball goes through a wall, or that's not normal wear and tear. We'll address that with them. It may just be that we paint a wall. Now a TV mount in a living room where the cables and everything are, if you haven't done that as an owner, but the tenant wants to do that, guess what? Every tenant wants a TV on the wall. Most people just do. So if they've already found the studs and that's where it all goes, that's actually okay in a great room or a common area like that. I don't mind that. And if you do, we'll talk about it. We'll stipulate that. But when it comes to just general touch-ups, again, try what you've got first in a conspicuous area, and then once we do that, as far as tenants go, we're going to ask them not to touch up. Because again, most of the time a small nail hole, it's not a big deal, and the people coming behind them, they too have a picture of their mother-in-law that they want to hang up. I do. But that's what people do. Flat paint, if you've got flat paint, you already know what I'm about to say. It scuffs like crazy. You can look at it long enough and it's going to scuff. I prefer a washable paint. If you have flat right now, that's fine. Let's go through a tenant and see how it goes. Let's look at it after 3 years. But at some point, we're going to paint with washable paint, because that really does a good job of just preserving the walls and keeping it nice for 2-3 tenants in a row. Hey, real quick, thanks for watching these videos. I hope you're learning a lot about our company, and I hope you want to work with us. If you do, please, by all means, if it's during business hours, give us a call right now, and we'll definitely talk with you about your property. If not, fill out this form below. Give us your email, your phone number, your name, and most importantly, the property address that you want us to manage. If it's a property that fits into what we do, then we're obviously going to talk with you. If it's not a property that doesn't really fit with what I do, I'm still going to call you, and I'm going to give you some options of some great people that I know, and maybe that'll work for you. So you can't lose. I want to talk about your property one way or the other. Thanks again for watching. Hey, and if you're still watching, keep on watching, because I got a bunch of stuff to talk about with these videos, as you're seeing.